Peace, love, and light, Sag, and welcome to your general love reading. If you're new here, my name is Ty, and I'm super happy to have you. Hopefully, you'll take a look around, like what you see, and hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. I truly appreciate all of the love and the support. Hopefully, you've already subscribed to the channel. You guys, if you're new to tarot and you don't know how this works, it is a general reading. That means everything won't resonate. Please take only what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. Also keep in mind that the roles are interchangeable. So you should place yourself and everybody in your story where you know they belong, because only you know where they belong, okay? So we are going to first get into the person on your mind or your heart and how they feel about you, along with their intentions and actions, and then we'll check in on how you're feeling about them, what the challenge is, the advice, and the potential outcome. Okay, so let's get into it. Spirit, tell me about the person on Sagittarius's mind, on their heart. Tell me about the person on Sagittarius's mind. Tell me about the person on Sagittarius's heart and mind. How do they feel about Sagittarius? 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 Oop. Fell all the way over there. Hang on. Okay. Okay, so how they feel is the Strength card, okay? Next, what are their intentions towards Sagittarius? We got the Knight of Cups. And their actions. What actions are they going to take? What is their behavior towards Sagittarius? What is their behavior toward Sagittarius? Six of Swords. Okay, Six of Swords in the reverse, of course. Then, how does Sagittarius feel about this person? How does Sagittarius feel about this person? Whoa. The Moon. Okay. And what is the challenge for Sagittarius? Okay, I'm going to take it. It came out in the reverse. The challenge is the Four of Wands in the reverse. Or in the upright. I'll give both meanings as I typically do. What is the advice for Sagittarius regarding the situation? What is the advice for Sagittarius? The Chariot. And what is the potential outcome for Sagittarius with this situation? What is the potential outcome? The Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. All right, so, ooh, and the Two of Cups. And I also see the Page of Swords. Okay, I'm going to stop there. All right, let's get into it. So, Sagittarius, for your person's feelings, we got the Strength card, okay? And so this tells me that your person could be feeling a lot, but really working really hard to control their emotions, control how they feel, and they're holding back. They're holding a lot in. They're trying to contain themselves. They're trying to keep, or they are keeping a lot inside to themselves. There's a lot that they might not be expressing to you. With the Knight of Cups here coming out as their behavior and actions, I feel like they're holding a lot of feelings back from you, right? They're feeling more than they're showing, right? They're feeling they might like you a lot more than they're letting on. And they could have certain fears, right? A certain need to protect their feelings or protect their heart. But ultimately, they do want to come forward and tell you how they feel about you, because they do have feelings toward you. They have strong feelings toward you. The Knight of Cups is someone who is charismatic and charming and is in love with the idea of being in love. And so I feel like this person does have a lot of feelings for you. And although they're keeping them inside or to themselves for the most part, they're doing a good job at like keeping it under wraps and not showing too much. You know, maybe they're not texting too much. They're not reaching out to you. It could be that they're not telling you, you know, all of the ways that you make them feel and things like that. They're doing a good job at holding back. But I feel like in the near future, they're going to want to express that. They're going to want to tell you exactly how they feel and that they do like you a lot, you know, that they have romantic feelings toward you. With the Six of Swords coming out in the reverse, this is concerning. And I feel like... I want to clarify this, and I will, because with your person saying, hey, look, I want to come toward you and I want to tell you how I feel like they will tell you how they feel, but then there's this pause. It's like something doesn't move forward, and I feel like your person might feel like they want to avoid any issues, like they want to protect themselves. It's almost like something stops them from moving forward, okay? Something stops them from taking the next step with you, or just something pauses, you know? This person could be at a distance from you. They could be in another state, in another country, in another borough, just not nearby, okay? I mean, for many of you, this is somebody who you have to actually like get on a plane to go see, type of thing, okay? With your feelings being the moon, I feel like you have a lot of fears yourself, Sagittarius, for whatever reasons you have, but you are feeling a lot, okay? But I feel like you're also trying to figure things out, right? Because the moon is all about illusions and things that we don't see, things that are lying beneath the surface. So I feel like you're really trying to figure out how you feel, but I do feel like you're feeling a lot, and maybe you just don't understand what it is that you're feeling. So I feel like right now there's a lot that you might not be saying, right? And you might have things going on that you are not ready to disclose to this person. But with the moon here, it does tell me that there's a lot of feelings, right? Oh my God, I can't talk. The moon represents emotions, right? So I feel like you feel a lot as well. Okay, your challenge was the Four of Wands in the reverse, okay? The Four of Wands in the reverse talks about home life and conflict in the home. It also talks about feeling unsupported. It could talk about, you know, maybe some sort of a separation. When I see the Four of Wands here, the challenge could be either that you aren't able to commit or give this person the kind of support that they need. That could be your challenge, or they aren't to you. Or that Four of Wands tells me that there may be another party in the mix. There may be another person involved. And so the challenge is that there's somebody else involved. And so that could be why, you know, either you or your person, this did come out as your person's behavior and actions. This person holds back, right? Because of, it's funny because both of these came out in the reverse. Okay, you got the Six of Swords, which is forward movement, overcoming trouble, moving away from trouble, moving away from choppy waters. It's also the head over heart decision card. And it coming out in the reverse tells me that something didn't move, right? This is movement when it's in the upright, moving away, moving toward. And so I feel like something didn't move forward, and I feel it has a lot to do with this Four of Wands, with your challenge, which is the Four of Wands in the reverse, okay? Now, coming in as the advice is the Chariot, okay? When I see the Chariot as your advice, you know, this tells me that there's potential to have a victory here, right? Things can go well. This can turn out good. This can be prosperous. This is also about forward movement despite this delay here. This might be something gets delayed, and I'm going to clarify that in just a second, okay? And I'm going to clarify the Four of Wands just because those two came out in reverse. But with the Chariot, this says you're going to have to decide to follow your intuition on this, right? Because this is about inner strength. This is about inner willpower, inner drive, okay? And what moves you, what motivates you to move forward. So I feel like eventually you're able to figure that out and you move forward with this coming out as the advice. Something says, okay, you can move forward with this, or your person decides, yeah, we can move forward with this situation, okay? The Seven of Pentacles came out as your as the potential outcome, which tells me this is a sign of progress. It's a sign of slow and steady growth, right? So making a decision, taking a pause, and really, this is about divine timing. So I feel like things can move forward, but with this pause here, right? So something pauses, and I feel it allows you and this person a time to reflect, a time to really think about whether or not you want to invest in this person or this connection. And with the Seven of Pentacles, I do feel upright. I do feel like someone starts planning, right? So this is also thinking about like future planning. Am I going to invest in this person? Can I see a future with them? Can I see myself growing with them? And I feel like the answer is yes here, especially seeing the Magician with the Two of Cups here. It's like this is something that either, I feel like you guys are mirroring each other a little bit, right? Like one person is protecting themselves, and you are likely protecting yourself as well, or protecting a home space, right? And so I feel like, either way with that, this connection is very strong here, okay? You feel the pull, you feel the energy with the Two of Cups and the Magician. You feel like this is a fated connection. This is a connection that feels like I've known you in this lifetime, not just in this lifetime, I'm sorry, but in other lifetimes. And it feels like that soulmate energy. It feels like you've been friends for a long time. It feels like you can talk to each other about anything, or you can talk to each other for hours. You want to talk to each other for hours, right? You want to move toward each other. But yeah, with that Four of Wands in the reverse and that Six of Swords, this tells me that, there's some holding back here along with the Strength card, right? I feel like somebody is really trying to protect themselves, right? Tell me about the Six of Swords in the reverse for the actions that Sagittarius, this person, is going to take, their behavior. Tell me about why the Six of Swords in the reverse for their behavior and actions. The Temperance card, yeah. Because they're likely somebody who has had to do a lot of healing, right? The Temperance card is your card, by the way, Sagittarius, all right? So you making an entrance into your reading says that, this puts you in a position of power, okay? I feel like this connection can be very healing for you and very healing for the other person. And I feel that there's this strong sense that, again, this is a divine counterpart, right? I feel like you guys feel like it's almost like this person can feel like it's almost like you're it's so weird, right? Like you're their other half, but kind of like each other. Oh my God, I can't even get the words out, right? And I feel like that's also with this person, right? There's a lot that they're not saying. Again, they're holding back a lot, and they're really trying to use their head when it comes to this connection, even though they feel all the feels, right? So I feel like they want to move slow, right? They pause because they want to be certain on how to navigate this connection, okay? They want to do things in moderation, move slow, They also are somebody who it's taken a lot for them to get to where they are. They've been, they've had to heal from a lot of things, right? With that Temperance card, that's a card of healing. It's a card of peace, tranquility, and patience, okay? But it's also a card of harmony. So I feel like you guys get each other. It's like a yin yang thing. The Hierophant is at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like with their actions, their behavior, like the way they might not show all of the things that they think about or feel, because I feel like they're protecting themselves, right? So they're trying to really stay grounded in this connection. But the Hierophant says that their desire or the underlying energy is that they would like some sort of commitment from you. They would like to grow with you. They can see a future with you. This is also about, this is the Marriage card, okay? So when I see the Four of Wands and see this at the bottom of the deck, again, it could be that somebody is involved in a committed relationship, could be married. Not here to judge anybody. I'm sorry, I'm thirsty. But yeah, so with the Hierophant here, I also feel like this person is either meant to learn from you, or you're meant to learn from this person, or you vice versa, okay? And that reminds me, that gives me very twinsy, twin flamey, soulmate, even karmic energy, like you're meant to learn, okay? yeah, this person could be very spiritual, with the Hierophant and the Temperance card there as well. Also with that Moon card. Okay, tell me about the Four of Wands. Why the Four of Wands in the reverse for Sagittarius's challenge? What is that Four of Wands? The Two of Wands in the reverse. Okay. I feel like with that coming out as your challenge, Sagittarius, I feel like you're afraid to make a bad decision. You're afraid to make a wrong choice. I feel like you're afraid and you want to play it safe. So the challenge is overcoming the fear of moving forward, taking action toward this person. Justice card at the bottom of the deck. Again, lots of energy here that indicate that somebody could still be in a committed relationship or have some other third party situation going on. And the other person, whether they're aware or not, they're holding back their feelings. They're really trying to protect themselves because they know that ultimately there's a commitment somewhere else. The Justice card at the bottom of the deck also talks about, karma. Again, karmic ties, learning lessons, equality, fairness, truth. Okay. And so ultimately, I feel like whatever it is that's hidden in the, with the Moon card, eventually comes to light, right? You get to a place where you're able to make a decision, based on integrity, on truth, and peace. Even though, unfortunately, like I feel like in situations like this, there's always some sort of disappointment. But I feel with seeing the Justice card in the upright, I do feel like you get to a space where there's some sort of decision that somebody makes here, and it's made in truth and in fairness. Okay, so yeah. One more here for the Seven of Pentacles as the potential outcome for Sagittarius. The Tower. So the Tower talks about, again, things coming to light. So I just said something could come to light here with that Moon card, right? And the Tower comes to disrupt our foundation. It comes to, this is not a bad thing. I know it's hard because the Tower is a hard card to deal with. It's like it can be the rug being ripped out from underneath you, right? But I feel like, the story of the Tower, you got two people who built this tower on top of faulty foundation, right? So I feel like whatever the situation is already weak. The foundation is weak, and something just can't hold up for much longer, and it comes crumbling down. And then it's like somebody gets like that lightning strike and that aha moment that says, oh wow, I realize that, maybe you realize that you want to invest in this, in this situation. Maybe you realize that this is something that you want to move forward with the Chariot. And the Hierophant again at the bottom of the deck, right? So I definitely feel like something comes to light here for you, Sagittarius. And, there's something that is revealed to you that helps you move toward what you want. It helps to get you out of this energy of like indecision, of like playing it safe. I feel like when the Tower comes, you can't even play it safe anymore because it reveals the truth, right? It breaks down things that are illusions, that are built on weak or false foundations. I want to pull one more here for the Seven of Pentacles with the Tower for Sagittarius. The Magician, yeah. There's some news that comes in, some information that comes in, something that's revealed that shifts this, that changes this situation. Queen of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, okay? Ooh, and I see the Death card, right? So transformation and the ending of something, okay? Again, this might not be everybody's story, but, somebody here has a home space, and I feel like this person... someone here is feeling a lot of new feelings and has a lot of things that they are not revealing, and could be dealing with a very new connection Very innocent connection still, not feeling any sexual energy here. So like you probably haven't even been intimate, you know, had intercourse with this person. It is still very in its very early stages, probably lots of texting, talking, and maybe just getting to know each other, learning each other, and really just trying to figure out who each other is, right? So very small gestures so far, but I feel like things change dramatically. And this, wow, okay, there's some sort of an ending with the Queen of Pentacles here. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody who's usually like the wife and the person, you know, at home taking care of the kids, the nurturer. So there's something that ends here. And again, oh wow, 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 wow. And then you have the Judgment, the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so for some of you, this is a decision to move away from one connection and one situation and invest into something else. And I feel like that's why we go from the Six of Swords to the Chariot, where you move forward. I feel like that Tower happens, and that's what really drives you or drives your person in that direction, right? Either you toward them or them towards you. And with the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, this tells me that there is potential for this relationship, you know, to go all the way, right? To have something stable, solid. For some of you, this is marriage. This is moving in together. This is building a wealthy life for each other. This is like the power couple, right? The both of you are people who are likely very attractive, attract a lot of attention, you know, maybe are just go-getters, right? And I feel like this is literally the quintessential dream, okay? With that, the Judgment card, you know, being here, tells me that somebody makes a decision, right? And I feel like this happens in a divinely orchestrated way, which is that Tower there, okay? And so ultimately a decision is made. And again, Judgment is a card that shows that there's some sort of distance, geographical distance between you and this person. So yeah, I feel like after that Tower hits, the shift happens. Somebody's going through an awakening. Someone here triggered somebody else. So this tells me this could be a twin flame connection where you meet someone, you click, you know, you feel that pull toward each other, and everything from there. It's like someone, you know, one of the twins activated the other twin, and now like shit's about to hit the fan, and you know, things are just going to turn, right? So I feel like Sagittarius, if you had your mind on a specific direction, I feel like things could change for you. This person could change the trajectory of your life, or just change your life as you've known it for a very long time. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there for you, Sag. This has been really cool. I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did, drop a comment down below. Let me know how. Give your girl a like. It helps my channel. And I hope you already subscribed. If you didn't, I hope you consider subscribing. If you're interested in a personal reading or following me on my other social media platforms, all of that information is going to be in the description box below. I love you all so much. Peace, love, and light. Mwah.